Welcome back, my tubers, for another lovely day here on the streets of New Capenna Ranked. We're going to jump into another drafty here, so you better hit that like and subscribe button. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We open an Undercover Operative. Yeah, that one's pretty good. It's in one of the best colors as well, you know, blue-white. Yeah, clones are always great and limited, and this one gets some extra upside if you copy your own creature. You get that extra shield counter, but just a good card overall. Not very splashable because of the double blue, but certainly good enough to take first pick here. I could also see actually just taking like a Pugilist if you want to, or even the Raffine's Informant as one of the better 2-drop commons in the format, but happy to take Operative, see where this leads us. And it leads us into a Grizzly Sigil, perhaps? I've been super impressed by Grizzly Sigil. I've said it a bunch now, but 4 toughness is the magic number in this format, and so if you have a removal spell that deals 4 damage, or can deal 4 damage, I should say, it's going to be pretty nice. We have an Elegant Entourage, not terrible, and another Raffine's Informant. While I do think Grizzly Sigil as a card is better, I think the Informant is actually better overall in this format. It's also in white, which is the color that you want to be in. But the Informant is just so important here. Like, yes, I took the Operative over it in the previous pack, but if you've watched my videos for any amount of time now of this format, you'll know how good the 2-drops are, especially the good 2-drops like this one. It just enables so much. It helps dig through your deck, getting you through Flood or discarding a spell and getting a counter for some extra counter values for cards like Celestial Regulator and whatnot. Raffine's Informant is fantastic. Pretty good. Out of the way is not bad here. Hold for Ransom's decent. Metamorphosis is great. I think I'm going to take the uncommon spell here over any of the commons, although I do think both of the commons are solid. I don't think people are still aware of how good Metamorphosis is. I mean, you see this being played a lot more, but I think a lot of people still don't realize just how good a combat trick like this can be. Again, 4 toughness, 4 power, so kind of the magic number in its cycles. But anyways, I'm going to take the bounce spell here and try that out instead. Wow, yeah, and that is a very good sign. We get past a pick 4 Disciplined Duelist. Maybe this is not super surprising to see it this late, or rather, 4th pick. I guess this is not real late, just because of the triple color, so you might not necessarily want to first pick it if there's like a good individual color card here. And if we notice 2 of the uncommons are missing and the rare, so getting this pick 4, you know, people might just have been taking better cards. Broker's Veteran, another Metamorphosis, and most importantly, probably a Broker's Hideout being passed here, but the Disciplined Duelist is too good, and yes, we're locked in basically at this point. This is exactly where you want to be. I'm going to be blue-white, splashing green. We're getting a 5th pick Regulator here. Plenty of good cards in this pack as well. Jockey's great, Adjudicators, Revelers, and then the Brazen Upstart. But yeah, our start is just way too good as we get a 6th pick Raffine's Informant. The seat we are sitting in is beautiful. And yeah, this is one of the better starts I've had. I'm missing the Inspiring Overseers, but whatever. We have 2 Informants, we have a Regulator, we have a Duelist, we have a Operative. Only things we could get now, like 7th and 8th pick, without there being something weird going on, is like maybe we get some of those dual lands. Because I would not expect to see any more really solid spells. Although, wait, what? Civil Servant and Pugilist here now, too. That is kind of insane. I've done this before, and I'm probably going to end up doing it here as well, but I mean, unless we get good fixing, it's because I'm trying to be blue-white as a baseline. Civil Servant's going to be less of a 2-drop and maybe more of like a 4-drop, but I guess that's still okay. I mean, it's one of those 2-drops that you just don't pass. Okay. All fine playable cards here, but Make Disappear I think is the one for me. Strong Arm's good, Revelation's fine, Initiate's okay. I might not need the Make Disappear. I often cut this card in my decks when I have a high density of good 2-drops already, and with 3 good 2-drops here already in pack 1, that might be the case. Wow. So all the pugilists are going around, but I mean, I don't think that means I'm supposed to take them. It might mean red is open, but from what I've gathered, I would say that our Bant colors are also pretty open as well, and they're just the better color anyways. Rooftop Nuisance, fantastic. Good tempo card. Draws you a bunch as well. Like we've seen, I think 2 or 3 jockeys and 2 pugilists. One of them was a wheel, but we haven't seen like any strangles or whatever, you know, so... there goes one of those plasma jockeys I was talking about. Warm Welcome here is okay. Might be a little bit better than Revelation of Power, but then again, Revelation of Power, when I have so many creatures that already have counters, can't be terrible. Like I said, I want to keep green to a minimum if possible. Nice, very good. Metamorphosis and Rafine's Guidance actually are both great in our deck. I'll go with Metamorphosis 1 over Guidance 1, but yeah, this is great. I mean, there's a possibility where I don't even end up playing any green if we don't... Got the other one anyways. If we don't end up with any fixing, like if there are just too many good blue and white cards that we end up taking instead, you know? Although I would say that it's pretty likely I at least run the duelist. Opened a getaway card. Nope, that's not going to be the one for me. I think we can all see what the easy pick here is. It's not the Broker's Charm as much as this card is very good. It's going to be that Inspiring Overseer. Top common. Happy to get one here. Like I mentioned earlier, we might not even be playing green if I don't pick up some fixing, so... Easy pick into... Ooh, let's go with an Illuminator Virtuoso over the Expendable Lackey. Start getting cards like maybe we play some... what's that enchantment called? The blue-white one? The secret... Not Secret Tunnel, something like that. Yeah, I'll point it out when I see it. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but yeah. Another 2-drop that can gain some counters. No, that's not it. Void Rend here too. Actually, you know, I didn't mention this, but we could still be blue, black, white as well. Blue, white splashing black instead of blue, white splashing green. Both of those are on the table. Now, I don't think I'm going to take a non-blue, white card here, but it is possible. Kind of like taking the Broker's Veteran. Although after having taken the Illuminator Virtuoso, maybe a Boon of Safety is not awful, but normally you can get that card on the wheel, so again, we'll just take another 2-drop, maybe wheel that other Rooftop Nuisance. There it is, Security Bypass, that's the one I was talking about. And yeah, I think we're probably going to want to play it in this deck. Maybe I should take Speakeasy Server over it, but what's my creature count right now? 7, we're not doing too bad. Actually, yeah, I won't prioritize this because you don't need to, it goes around pretty late. So we'll take the Speakeasy Server here instead. Good, there's a Broker's Hideout. I will take the Hideout over the Bypass again, just because this is not a huge pickup and I'm not going to want to run more than one anyways, and this clearly is just super good for us, especially when we have potential green cards we want to splash anyways. Like if I can get one more piece of fixing, I'll probably splash the Duelist, you know? You know it's early in the morning when I'm drinking coffee on my video instead. Alright, okay, we can get that Security Bypass now. Take the Security Bypass now. Over nothing, I guess. Girder Goons. Okay, there's another piece of fixing for us. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have the blue-white land, but we'll take this Sanctum, or the Plaza.
How long?
All right. How long? I don't know. We'll just take a 2 or a 4-drop here. Shattered Seraph? Man, I've never liked the Paragon of Modernity for some reason. I don't think it's a bad card. Nice, Boon of Safety is a fantastic one. Okay, we'll take one out of town. The wifey walked in, thought I was streaming and not recording, so hee. As we move on to pack number 3, and we did not get ourselves any busted common. Only one overseer. Quite sad. I guess we just take the Skybridge Tower here. Pack 3, pick 1. Dang. Crappy pack. I mean, maybe Refuse to Yield is like playable, but we already have, what, 18? Yeah, 18 cards, so we don't need to take too many more playables. Let's just take the tower. Maybe we can get lucky and get past an Overseer, because I doubt we're going to see many more that late. Actually, you know what I'm missing here? I'm missing, what do they call Echo Inspectors? I don't know if we've seen any Echo Inspectors, which is usually the sign that blue is open. And we only saw that one regulator, even though, well, so we saw a lot of the good cards in blue-white in pack 1, which means it's not surprising not to see them in pack 2. And then pack 3 again, this one, we should start seeing a lot of those good cards again, would be my guess, right? As we get a backup agent here versus another Skybridge Tower versus, yeah, Witness Protection, which is like okay. But I don't have really the flyer density that I'm looking for in this style of deck. Which means maybe we run more than one security bypass, but we'll see. Gonna take another good 2-drop. I mean, at this point, with so many good 2-drops with shields and counters, we just want to pick up a couple more regulators and then be able to tempo people out of this game. There it is. There it is. Passing a lackey. I would like a couple of lackeys too, but again, I'm not passing any overseers. Easy money. All right, 2 overseers is basically guaranteed for 4 wins at this point. Every inspiring overseer you get in a draft these days is worth 2 wins baseline. So having 2 of them, clearly that means I'm locked in for 4 wins. Darn, couldn't get another. Stroke versus Servant again. Keeping green to a minor splash. I will say this though. I do feel like it might have been slightly better to go green-white as a baseline, maybe splashing blue. Because I haven't really, again, seen the blue cards that I'm looking for. But, I mean, I'll take the Civil Servant since we're not playing anything else here anyways. We have 2 Servants in our board. So maybe if I get like 5 Civil Servants in a row, we splash blue instead. No, we have a Mage's Attendant here. There is another Civil Servant though, and if the Attendant was not in this pack, I would be taking it, and very, very much considering green-white as a base instead. But that's funny. Let's see, 20 playables right now. I wonder if it's even worth it splashing the Duelist. So it does make my mana a little bit worse. Running a couple more tap land. Okay, fine. You know what? Now I will splash a couple of green cards. The Charm and the Duelist definitely good enough. Kind of a late Strangle 6 pick here, but it looks like the person to my right might have actually disconnected. They've been timing out every pick and they have all the packs on them, so it's kind of unfortunate. They might have been auto-picking some of the cards we would have wanted, you know? Dagger was another really solid pickup for us. A little bit glutted on 3s, but that's super easy to do in this format. Creature count 12? My creature count's a little bit low. Another Botanical Plaza, sure. I don't love it, but I want like 1 or 2 more creatures, ideally. If I could like wheel the fish. There's the refuse to yield on the wheel. Oh, excuse me. Clearly haven't had enough coffee yet today. Wield the witness protection. That's not terrible, but... yeah, creature count here is low. Dang it, this was the pack that had the expendable lackey. So the lackey was actually, maybe I splashed the strong arm too. It's a good 5-drop. Or whatever, 4-drop. I think I'm going to end up doing that, splashing the strong arm over splashing the servant. Alright, looks decent. I don't think we need the crocodile here. But I could actually see playing the crocodile if you really wanted to. Okay, it's at 24 cards. What don't we need? I guess I don't need the boon of safety. I like the guidance with the connive stuff I have. Protection acts as a decent removal spell. How's our creature curve look? Okay, our creature curve is actually really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-drops, 5 3-drops, and then a couple of more expensive cards, so that's nice. Yeah, no, this looks good. Maybe a little bit short on the creatures. I usually like to have like 14 or 15 in the Bant decks, but that looks really good to me. Alright, heaviest on white and blue. And then I don't think we need more than 2 forests. Maybe 1 forest. Let's see, this is already 3 green sources. That'd be 4. This would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 white, 6, 7, 8 blue. Yeah, we could go up another green source, no problem actually. Damn, you know what I really needed? That 5-drop Adjudicator. I think we only saw 1 Sparrow's Adjudicator during the draft, and it was like in pack 1 sometime. One of those would have made me feel a lot better about the mana base, but I think the mana is still good as it is. I'm going to run a little bit heavier white than blue, even though we have a double blue card, just because we want to have the white earlier, right? The majority of our early game is white creatures. If you look at our blue cards, for the most part, they're not creatures. So we'll go like this, and yeah, take this Bant for a spin. Let's go to round 1. Alrighty, here for round 1 of this drafty. We are on the draw, it looks like. Hand's decent, though. Got all of our colors. Got a 2-drop that connives and can pitch this guidance for value. Or we can just pitch the guidance right now. Seems good. Yeah, I'll play out the informant instead of holding up make disappear this turn. And sadly, I think I'm going to be discarding the security bypass. I think we're going to go tap land plus hold up the make disappear here. Opponent just passed. Oh, do they have the fake your own death? No, we're going to get them with disappear if they do. Excellent. Into the Overseer. Oh, wow. Good draw. I think here we just want to go Duelist and pass. I don't think we want to trade our Informant for their flyer. Not when we have removal and pump effects available to us. Annoying, but we'll just discard another Informant. I guess with their position, I'm gonna go for the hard cast of the Kaldaya on the Duelist. Oh, they have another fake your own death? Sure. Oh, that's some value for sure. So they opted to draw a card instead of making me discard my last, which I don't mind. Jeez. Okay. Well, and maybe they already had that in their hand. That would make sense, I guess. So we're gonna put the guidance on the informant so that it doesn't just trade with the overseer, and then we're gonna smash with all. So we have 2 lands that we can sacrifice for value. And they're gonna blitz their Girder goons. Oh, I hope they don't have another fake your own death. That's a lot of flyers. Oh, that's pretty interesting. We might be able to... 2, 4, 6, 8. We might be able to kill them with the duelist. If they're not a little bit careful here. Let's see. That'd be 12 damage in the air next turn. Only 1 card left in their hand. I wonder if it's safer to actually just eat their Inspiring Overseer, though. That's probably better. Metamorphosis the Strong Arm and block and eat 1. Yeah. Not quite good enough. I think I like this play more. Especially when they have a Halo Fountain. Oh, that gives them like infinite blockers. Dang it. Untap the Overseer, make a 1/1. They chump. Yeah, this is really bad. So either way I cut it, I can only sacrifice... I mean, I've drawn both forests somehow. Well, I've got to force at least 1 block. Dang it. Where are my Overseers? That's what I need to draw. If I can draw my Overseers, we're actually going to be okay. To stop their flying pressure. And give them free untaps with the Halo Fountain. Well, I wonder if they're going to draw a card here instead of making a token. Yeah, okay. That's very good, obviously. Except I still only have 1 white source somehow, but... Oh no, this is not even that good, never mind. Because they have Halo Fountain, it's a free roll for them to untap, but... I guess I could force them to chump with the Overseer this turn. Sorry, to not be able to chump with the Overseer this turn. Also tap the Overseer now so that they have to untap it if they want to attack with it. But I think I like tapping their 1/1. Not giving them a good blocker. Okay. Sure. Oh, that'll do her. GG's. Yeah, dang. Good draw there from the opponent. All of the corrupt officials kind of wrecked me. Don't think there was too much else I could have done differently except for that one turn where I could have used Metamorphosis. But given that I only had one white and we had a bunch of white cards in our hand, I don't think there was a place where I would have been able to get them for the lethal damage in the air. I don't know, maybe there was a way I could have. If I trade off the Informant that has the Rafine's Guidance on it, and then I Metamorphosis... I mean, there was a chance I could have won like that, actually. So maybe that was the play I could have gone for, but we didn't know at the time that they were going to have Halo Fountain or whatever, right? So I'm on the draw. This hand is so good if it just draws a Plains, but I'm gonna mulligan that. That's a little bit better. This is awkward. I'm gonna need to find another untapped land, ideally. Although that drawing the Rafine's Informant helped a lot. Because we can go like turn 2 Informant, turn 2 tap land, and hold up Make disappear. Yep, another mirror match. Discarded a Gathering Throng's kind of scary. They must already have another in their hand. I'm actually going to discard the Make Disappear here because we're on the draw and I have a curve out already now. I think I like that a little bit more. Yeah. They have the curve. Good old mirror match. Who will play the swingy card first? Okay, that's fine. Sure. Think we're okay with trade. Well, that's annoying. Just gonna go ahead and put the 2 creatures from Mage's Attendant in front of the Adjudicator. Blocking so miserable here, though. I don't think taking the damage is right, but by losing my Mage's Attendant, Broker's Charm's a lot worse, right? Oh, they have their own Broker's Charm. There's no reason for them to counter this anymore. Rather, there's no reason for them to pay for that anymore. Oh no, wait, I guess they still get 1 power. Never mind. Can't even cast the operative? Jeez. Brutal. Guess I just pass here. Hold up, run out of town, dagger, and charm. gonna try to dagger this turn. 'Cause if this dagger works out, then that sets up for Broker's Charm on the Adjudicator next turn. Or actually, Broker's Charm on the Flyer, block the Adjudicator. Okay. Yeah, so they had both in their hand already, it feels like. Ah, more creatures. Alright, so I'm going to be able to survive at 1 here. Sadly, we don't have first strike anymore, so we're just going to go to 1 life. I don't even think there's anything I could draw here. I guess another Rafine's Informant or something. No, that's not good enough. Wait. Wait. Target's a green permanent. Never mind. I lied. We can survive still. They're going to draw a card with their Plaza at end of turn. I need them to assume that I have nothing here. And just attack with both. I can eat the Throng. Oh, well that works too. GG's. Man. I feel like our deck is really good and we're just 0-2 now to start. Oh, that's what happens sometimes though. That's magic, baby. Feel like our draws have been a little bit lower in power level than our opponents. But I think our deck is quite good, so let's run it back. Let's get a couple of wins. Okay. Game 3 here. We're 0-2 with what I thought was a really good deck. But this hand is quite bad. We're going to mulligan down to 6. Better. I don't think we want the Metamorphosis without being on the play and having none of our 2 drops. Have we been on the draw every game too? Feels like it. Okay, our opponent's taking turn 2 off, so if we could find our 2 drop here, that'd be great. Beautiful. Now we have a good curve going on. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna discard the Speakeasy Server now and keep all the value cards. We're gonna go Duelist next turn into Blitz the Strong Arm on the Duelist. Don't mind offering a trade here. It's time for the comeback. Nice. Like seeing that. Good draw. Alright, let's go Blitz in. Back for 10. We will kind of get ruined by a Call in the Professional or a Deal Gone Bad, but if we get to untap with Broker's Charm, then I'm gonna feel pretty good. Wait, this is not the one that counters an instant or sorcery, huh? That's wrong one. Broker's Charm is good, but it doesn't do what I wanted it to do. So they're gonna hard cast the Pugnacious. Excellent. So we want to play the land first. Smack in. Oof, that's kind of a beating. We almost don't even care to lose the shield, but I guess we'll protect. The only downside about this is now I don't have a spell that can target my Virtuoso. Now we have 2 double strikers on the battlefield, though. Definitely want that Metamorphosis back now. Oh, Corpse Explosion, okay. Into a Corrupt Court Official, sure. Let's see what we draw off this, and then attack for 8. Alright, we are looking good this game. Ooh. They have one card and Initiate in the graveyard, so we're gonna go ahead and run out the 2/3 flyer just for more pressure. Okay, yeah, glad I did. And now we attack and say go. Okay. Top deck battles. I can sack my Plaza here end of turn. Wow. They have just drawn removal spell into removal spell into a removal spell, I guess. Oh, good. And they drew a 4/5 Scry 2 to finish off. They were hellbent, you know? So either they drew Strangle for the turn or they drew Outlaw for the turn, either of which was freaking perfect. Wow, 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 wow. It's not really a creature you want to bounce either. They did top one of their cards. I'm going to hold off on Witness for a turn. They blitz? No, they just hardcast. Okay, well now that they played that out, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce their 4/5 because they can't recast it this turn. I am letting them get in for more scry, but this is a good turn for us as well. Informant, discard the guidance, and then put the guidance on it. This really taxes their mana, though, especially if they drew another good spell this turn. They can only cast out the 4/5. Double top! Yikes! Okay, I'm gonna need to draw something here, please. That's probably not good enough at this point, but maybe. Maybe they cast another 6-drop. That's not a 6-drop. That is also not a 6-drop. Oh man, this is gonna be sad. If we 0-3 this, come on. What did you draw now? Ay 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 ay. This is so disgusting. Like I have to trade, right? Pretty sure. We need to draw another Inspiring Overseer into something. Are you kidding me, dude? Well, sometimes it really do be like that. This is how you know I don't cherry pick my drafts. This is a delicious 0-3 that my tubers get to watch. Yep, GG's. Alright, well, I would say that was fun, but I'd be lying by a lot. I thought our deck was really, really good. Damn, we just dropped into the 700s with an 0-3. What were we, like 100 to start? That is brutal. It's been a long time. Yeah, I was getting a lot of early losses in this format, but let me double check. When was the last time I got an 0-3 in this format? Because I thought our deck was good. And again, sometimes you just draw poorly, and that's the way it goes. But yeah, wow. Did not see this being an 0-3 deck. Let's double check. The last time I had an 0-3 in this format was all the way back 3 weeks ago. Holy smokes, what a beating. Okay, good stuff. Anyways, I thought the draft was at least interesting. I thought we played it well. There were a lot of red cards going around, and I first picked the operative and kind of stuck into blue, but we did get a ton of good white, so I liked the fact that we moved into white. So we could have probably gone white something else. White-green, like I was saying, we saw a bunch of civil servants. Maybe that was the correct line of play. White-green is a baseline splashing blue. But, no. Sometimes you get good decks, and they just fizzle out, you know? You don't draw well, your opponents draw well, that type of thing. All you can do is say, hey, did I play my best? Did I draft well? And if you did, then, you know, sometimes you still lose even if you did your best. So, with that being said, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll see you back tomorrow for some more. Peace out.